it's not my fault that you cheated on me.
Okay. I never said it was.
Maybe you didn't say it, but you made it seem like it was.
How?
By saying how hard everything was, how I make everything hard, like that's some kind of excuse for what you did.
Why are you doing this? Callie, why are you over here rehashing all of this?
Because I needed to say it. And I need this to be over.
Yeah, if someone cheats, just end that relationship and move on.
This is not my fault. This is your fault.
Okay.
Your fault.
Is that how you feel?
Classic.
Yes. You're never fucking home. You're always working. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you're working for our house. Yes, I love our house. Our house is nice. However, I like to have sex and I deserve that. So there is nothing wrong with that. Maybe you should work less and maybe none of this would have even fucking happened. This is not my fault. This is your fault.
Okay.
Your fault.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Classic typical gaslighting behavior. While you work your life away to pay for the house and everything.
My girlfriend has a lot of guy friends, basically, and she tends to be very nice with them.
Man, how long have y'all been dating?
We've been together almost about a year and a half.
Have you sat down and talked to her about it?
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
How'd that go?
I mean, she's still gonna have those friends, obviously.
It went great, except nothing changed. It was awesome. Here's the hard truth I'm going to give you, okay? You can't change her, and you can't change her friendship. It sounds like you're going to be miserable. What I don't want you to do, man, is to make a choice to be miserable over a girlfriend. Because you're going to get married, and this will stay the same. And then you'll have your first kid, and this will stay the same.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. She's really great about it, and she understands it.
I know, but it doesn't matter because you're hurting.
Yeah.
And she has chosen to keep her guy friends over making her current boyfriend have peace, letting him have peace. That's her choice she made. She's allowed to do that. She's a grown.
Exactly. The situation is not in your control. You can't change her, so change her.
Your last breakup, was it your fault or theirs?
It was no one's fault. He got feelings for someone else. He gaslighted me into thinking that I was asking for too much, and we broke up.
Would you not say that's his fault then?
Can you blame him for catching feelings for someone else? Of course, in the beginning, I hated him. You just have to be understanding. And in the beginning of the relationship, we were very good friends. So I think there was still love in the relationship.
At the time, how did it come out?
He doesn't know that I know. He started dating someone else a couple of months after we broke up. And he kind of kept it a secret, but I ended up finding out through other people.
Did you break up under another reason then?
Just wasn't working out.
And did you say that or him?
He did. Of course he did. I'm only human, so I hate the situation. He's also only human. If he likes someone else, then what can he do? And how can he explain to me, someone he once loved, that he likes someone else? I've never been in that position, so I don't know what I would do either.
Any advice for breakups in general?
They are necessary. Go through it. Go through the pain.
What is your name? Where are you from?
My name is Aline, and I am from Mozambique.
I think she's manipulating us. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. She seems like a quite understanding person. The emotional maturity shows in her. But she should not blame herself because it's obvious that it's not her fault.
Women think the relationship is all about them. Everything is centered around what she wants. And if that's fine, in her mind, everything is cool. And she does not care what the man is going through. She don't care what his challenges are or any of those things. So what ends up happening, the male believes that he keeps the marriage together because if he goes to cheat or whatever, they left you with the marriage because the marriage was all you wanted. You didn't actually want the man. You wanted the marriage. You wanted the fairy tale. So the man feels that he gave you what you wanted. You wanted the marriage. You wanted the money. You wanted the kids. You wanted all of this crap and never consider what he's mentally going through. Never considers what he invests into the relationship. A lot of men deal with this. And so what they end up doing is getting things outside of the relationship. And what? The woman is still mad.
Trust me when I say this, fellas. You can't maintain a relationship with most of these modern women if they see that you're struggling financially. The moment hardship hits in a marriage, she's gonna be already looking for someone else.
You got upset because of your actions. You got upset because of his reaction to your actions. That's not the same. Stop acting like he's being negative just because he's holding you accountable.
If your partner constantly says, maybe we should just break up, if they keep threatening to leave the relationship, but they never actually do it, then it's not just drama, it's a cry for help. A reaction from the scared little boy or little girl inside of them that just feels unheard, unseen, unimportant. They threaten to leave because that's their way of saying that they matter. But here's when things get complicated. You're probably triggered too. Their words make you feel hurt, make you feel rejected, alone, or just like you're not enough. And instead of seeing their pain, you feel attacked. You shut down, you get defensive. Now it's just not two people fighting, it's two wounded children, both waiting for the other to stop hurting them. This cycle will repeat over and over until one of you breaks it. And the only way to break it, healing your inner child wounds. Because until you do, the fights won't stop, the patterns won't change. And if this relationship ends, you'll carry the same wounds into the next one. Love doesn't just require connection, it requires awareness. Awareness of your pain, awareness of theirs, and the willingness to stop reacting from old wounds and start healing them together.
In my honest opinion, I don't think this stuff works nowadays. I always say focus on what you have control over, and that's your life in general. If a woman wants to break up, open the door for her and tell her to go ahead. If a man wants to break up, open the door for him and tell him to go ahead. There should be no begging in this kind of situations. You made your decision, now live with it. When I lost her, but remember, I was respectful, always available, loving, caring, and always put her first. So I move on knowing I'm a good man. And it wasn't my fault. Yeah, you did not lose her, bro. You developed self-respect.
I don't know why you are upset at me because you didn't spend the time to get to know me. And now that you've fallen in love with me and we're 6 months in, I have to pull back because I just don't really feel that connected to you. And I don't really have much to say about it. Anyway, I'm already back on Hinge. Wait around for a couple of weeks because I'll be back to show you the same shit all over again.
She said, did not spend the time to get to know me, and she's 6 months in. Isn't that enough of a time to get to know a person? It doesn't make any sense.
The biggest mistake women make is confusing a man's patience for weakness. They see his calm, his self-control, his ability to stay composed when she's escalating, and they think he doesn't care, that he's passive. Yeah, wrong. A man with real discipline isn't holding back because he's weak. He's holding back because he's strong enough to know what happens if he doesn't. That self-control took years of emotional regulation, testosterone paired with wisdom. Every time you test that patience, every time you push boundaries to see if he'll react, you're not proving he loves you. You're teaching him you don't respect the restraint he's showing. Right. Men don't forget that. Psychology backs this up. When a man feels chronically disrespected, his testosterone drops. His desire fades. He doesn't explode. He goes quiet. That calm isn't indifference. It's protection. Choosing silence over chaos. If you're with a man who stays calm when you're emotional, who doesn't match your energy when you're testing him, honor that. That's not weakness. That is maturity. Yeah. Keep mistaking his self-control for something you can push against, and you'll lose him long before you realize what you had.
Yeah, fellas, don't be patient with these modern women. No. It's 2026. We don't do that anymore. As soon as she crosses the line, put an end to it real quick. A real man does not tolerate disrespect because he knows if he let it slide one time, it's gonna keep happening over and over again.
If your woman refuses to create distance between herself and some other man, be it a friend or whatever, never assume bringing this up will make you look weak or jealous. Because if you ask me, it has nothing to do with jealousy and everything to do with what she refuses to protect. Let me make this clear. This is not about controlling your woman or telling her who she can and can't talk to. The real issue isn't who she's talking to, it's how much emotional access another man has to her. And there's a big difference, if you ask me, between a man who simply exists in her life and a man who has emotional proximity. Most men don't have a problem with friends. They have a problem with ambiguous access. Ambiguous access is when someone has closeness to your partner without a clear role, a limit, or a boundary. It's access without definition. And it can look like this. He's just a friend, but he knows her emotional struggles, right? Oh, he's nothing to worry about. But she texts him whenever she's stressed, lonely, or unsure. There's no label, but there's availability. Neither is there commitment, but there's intimacy. If you ask me, that's ambiguity. The access exists, but the rules don't. And ambiguity is uncomfortable because basically it creates competition without your consent. You didn't agree to compete, yet you're expected to tolerate everything. See, this isn't about you needing reassurance. It's about whether the relationship itself has clear boundaries. And if a woman immediately defends another man instead of acknowledging the impact that he has on your relationship, that should tell you more than any other explanation ever could. So no, it's not about insecurity.
That is absolutely true, and this is the reason why you should marry more than one wife. When you start gaining weight because your husband satisfies all your cravings.
Please, this is not your fault.
You're right. It's not my fault. It's your fault!
It sucks when you realize you were the one who drained them to that point. You were the one who was mentally unstable, dragging your problems into the relationship. You were the one who took away their energy and happiness. They had to deal with your issues even when they had their own stuff going on. It was all your fault. Yeah, man, if you put it like that, then it's definitely your fault. But the realization always comes late, huh?
Yep. You asked for it, bitch.
I'm asking why do men prefer women with lower body counts?
And the answer is because we're not equal. And again, this is going to always be the fallacy and the flaw with feminism because you're going to be fighting for an equality that does not exist. I'm not saying better or worse. I'm saying we are different. Now, it depends on what you want intimacy for. If you want to be out there doing it with everybody, you absolutely have your right to do that. Please be loud and proud. We want to see you coming. The men love women like that to have fun with.
Why do men?
No pun intended. Yeah, exactly. Be proud of it. Do it proudly. So we can see who to avoid. Because promiscuous women are making it hard for traditional women to find a husband.
Men have stricter standards, but women have higher standards. Men's only standards are how you look and how you're going to treat him. That's really all they care about in a relationship. However, women, they care about how much money you're making, how tall you are, how emotionally available you are. They have much more complex standards for men.
Women are more selective about who they let in. Men are more demanding within the functions down the line in the relationship.
Yeah.
Like, is she being loyal to me? Are we having sex enough?
What do you think about this argument, fellas? Is it true? Is it false? I want to hear your point of view in the comment section. Let me know.
So does body count matter? No, because my body count, while it might have been on the higher side because of decisions I made as a teenager, you know, that shouldn't be held to me now because I've done the work, I've healed, I've grown. I no longer do that. So I don't want to judge anybody for decisions that they've made in their past. I don't want to judge anybody. A body count shouldn't matter because if you're making those decisions now of going out and sleeping around with everybody, then yeah, that matters. But because of maybe something that you did when you were a teenager and because of whatever reason, trauma, whatever, shouldn't be held against a person now. That shouldn't devalue them because who I was at 13, 14, 15 years old is not who I am now as, you know, a grown adult. That is where for me, it's like, does body count really matter in that regard? No, because I'm not going to judge you for where you've been. I want to see you where you are now.
Genuinely, if I was in that room, I would ask her, what experience did you get? What benefits did you get from doing all of that stuff when you were a teenager? It's fine if you don't want to be judged on your body count and your past. You're right. But at the same time, don't expect men to take you serious in relationships. Don't expect them to meet your standards. Don't expect them to be 6 foot, making over 7 figures a year. Because honestly, to put it in a straightforward way, you do not qualify to be with a man like that. And that is the problem with most of these modern women. They always expect a man to come meet them at the finish line.
You think men go in a relationship with a woman that they don't find attractive? No. That is their minimum standard. You have to be beautiful. A lot of women that are not attractive do not find a partner, okay? On top of that, cooking, cleaning, be his therapist, sleep with him whenever he wants, because otherwise you're gonna find somewhere else. All these things. Men have so many expectations from women, and by the way, these days you also have to be successful because men want princess treatment. Men have so many standards for women, and we've always accepted this throughout society, and we've normalized this. But once a woman comes on and says, hey, you know what, maybe you should be stable, hello, maybe you should have money to provide for me, you guys all demonize it and act like that woman is such a gold digger. But what a woman will bring into a marriage for a man is always the most. A man cannot compare. That's why they're always complaining about the male loneliness epidemic, because they are sad. And a lot of women are walking away from relationships because they realize they're happier.
Men want princess treatment. I don't know what kind of men she's talking about. And yeah, it's true that men want to be with someone that they're attracted to. But we're not talking about model level of attractiveness. You just have to look good and presentable and know how to take care of your health. When it comes to cooking and cleaning, that is actually the minimum standard for a man. Because that man is providing for that house and protecting that house and taking care of that house. And you, as a woman, should make it a home for both of you.
If you ask me out and you're a millionaire, I'll say yes.
Oh, if you're a millionaire? If they're not a millionaire?
Then we can be friends. No, if he doesn't own a house that's over $7 million, I won't date him. I just have, goals and expectations and boundaries, and this is what I strive for. And if I have to be single until I find that guy, then that's what I'm willing to do.
What's the bare minimum income for you to date a guy?
I just want somebody that's basically in the top 5%, 1%. I mean, a few $1 million a year would be great.
Minimum height?
Actually, I'm okay with the guy being short as long as he's rich.
This is a 0.01% guy. Does that concern you at all?
We can round up, right?
I don't want to say anything mean because honestly, she's not that attractive. And that attitude is not helping her at all. She said she has goals, dreams, and expectations. You know what people do when they have goals, dreams, and expectations? They go achieve those goals, dreams, and expectations themselves. They don't go to podcasts demanding those goals, dreams, and expectations.
What's your age?
I'm 18.
How tall are you?
I'm like 5 foot. 5'1", 5'2", maybe.
So, how tall do you want your man to be?
If he is anything above me, I'm okay with that. Because at the same time, it's like, a guy can't change his height, so why would I reject him because of that? So, it's not fair.
So do you think that it's okay for a guy to want his girl to be, max 120 pounds?
Well, weight is very different. You can control your weight. You can get into the gym. There's no reason why you should be fat. I just got back for the gym and it's 12 in the morning?
You got something against fat people?
Yeah, I think that being fat shows a lack of discipline. Why would I want to involve myself with somebody who can't even wake up in the morning and go on a run? It's free. To work out, it's free. You could do calisthenics. You can run around. You can work and get a membership at one of these gyms. It doesn't take a lot, but height is way different. That's biological, but weight is not.
Okay, so to you, men are justified in, wanting a fit woman.
Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. Why would you want to have some 300-pound girl that you can't even see the goods because she has to lift it up? It makes no sense.
Now, this is the type of woman that deserves to be treated like a queen because she has a clear understanding of life.
This is all we want. We want a man who acts like a man, who's manly, who takes care of things. Leader. I don't need you to kill an alligator with your hands, but I need to feel so feminine around you because you are so masculine that I can turn my brain off because I know you've got it. Yeah. I trust you. I trust your intellect. I trust your character. I trust that I can close my eyes and follow you blindly and I'm going to be happy about where I end up. That's what it's about. We go out. I don't have to use my brain. I don't have to think. You know what I mean? Order the whole thing for us. Take me, plan the thing. You tell me where we're going. And we're all set.
She needs to feel feminine around a man. Why is she not feminine in the first place? Who knows? Fellas, don't get confused. She can say all of this stuff, but her actions will say otherwise.
I'm a stripper and I do. So my standard of man is really high.
But why is that high? I'm on as well. You cannot say you're a valuable woman if you every guy
because of that.
Yes, it's high because men give me money for nothing. So
do you do scenes with men? That makes a difference.
Well, I'm
doing the same work,
but you accept less. So my definition of high value is different than yours.
So you're being naked every strip week is me accepting more of a man.
It's all about perspective. In my perspective, yes. In your perspective, I don't deserve a high value man.
Can you men be a gigolo or anything?
Well, your
like
perspective
that? Can you
is
be a stripper,
shit.
Gigolo, anything? Can you go naked every day?
No.
But you can.
Yes. And they have to be okay with it or not. And that's their decision, which makes my pool of men much smaller. And I acknowledge that and I accept that. And like I said, everyone at this table's definition of high value is completely different. A high value man, to my opinion, is someone who will respect my work, respect my past, and still want to do that stuff for me.
Respect your work.
I'm a stripper and I do.
Yeah, fellas, you gotta respect her work, respect what she does. Don't care about her past because the past does not matter, fellas. Come on. The past. What is that? That's the past is the past. And yeah, if you as a man want to date someone like this, you have to be mentally unhinged.
Okay. Why'd you pop?
Oh man, she a beautiful woman. If I was looking for something for long term, but how you present, I've been a man on 2 walks. I've been a man I'm trying to be right now, and I've been a man that's in the world that accept how you present. And how you present will pull out that side of me that you wouldn't want. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I asked you about your clothes. If I asked you to change the thing that you wear, would you be okay with it?
And I would.
And I heard what you said about, I respect so much what you said about, respecting your temple and temple of God. But at the same time, the temple of God is more than just your temple, it's your mind. And so with your mind, I would have to ask, why would you wear it? You know, men with high testosterone, that turns on the side of a man that you don't want from him. You understand what I'm saying?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I need a confident man. I need a man that understands that I can wear Poochie.
Yeah.
Okay, Poochie. This is designer. This is YSL. This is Chanel.
Can I say something?
And I can wear designer outfits.
No. You beautiful. Listen, you beautiful, love.
Yeah.
But Poochie gonna make him want the coochie. But you gonna want him to want your person, love.
Yeah, but he can want the coochie. But if he makes it past the mind,
okay,
he can get the. And
I got you.
And that's the problem with men. Men like to judge a book by its cover instead of reading.
If it look like a sex story, I'm gonna think it's a sex story.
Man, sometimes you just gotta be straightforward. If you don't like something or you can't tolerate how a woman dresses, say it how it is. It's not insecurity, it's you putting boundaries.
Do you know what the biggest joke of the century is? The fact that women are allowed to body shame men, but the moment a man says that he prefers a woman who's a bit slimmer, he prefers a woman who's a certain height, they're immediately shamed for saying anything about a woman at all. Why is it that women get special treatment and protection in society, but men don't? And then women still complain about it and say that they get no benefits and that men get all the benefits because men created the system. Make it make sense, ladies. If you want to have all this extra validation and you want to have all this extra affirmation, then you need to understand that men deserve that as well, or otherwise what you're asking for is simply not doable and is too much.
It's always been like that this last century. Women demand requirements and it's standards. Men demand requirements and they're demonized.
Oh no. Bro. Oh.
Oh my God. You're running away.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie, technically, that's self-defense. She should not have thrown that drink on him. But he is a coward for running away. It shows that you're just a bully. But in this situation, you defended yourself. So nobody is right or wrong in this situation.